Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Divine Truth Tarot. I don't know about you guys, but I feel a million times better today. So I'm really hoping to spread the healthy healing vibe. And I spent, it's been a few weeks feeling really crappy. And I had this amazing breathwork session with a highly trained professional who is actually the creator of my hypnotherapy school that I'm attending, and it was incredible. I felt terrible that night and yesterday, and then I woke up today feeling like a different person. So much lighter, so much healthier, sinus pressure gone. So any of you guys, if you were experiencing sinus pressure, let me know. We're releasing a lot, we're transmuting a lot, we're purging a lot. This is from our ancestral lines. This is for the collective. So please understand that a lot of what you're feeling isn't even yours to carry. So I wanted to do a reading here from the Divine Masculine Collective. So let's see what is going on with the Divine Masculines today and what they would like to share with the Divine Feminine. So messages from the Divine Masculine. As you guys know, I'm going on vacation, not next week, the 20th, but the following week, the week of the 27th. I'm on vacation all week. I will be spending time with family, and I will not be taking any readings. So I'm starting to book up for next week, the 20th, with readings. Once I think I have 6 more slots left, and I haven't responded yet to emails from yesterday. I haven't had time. So those people will get first priority. It's basically first come, first serve, and then I'll have a week off, and I will not be booking again until August. So if you're interested in a reading, do let me know, and I will make sure I get it to you next week. And those of you who booked with me for this week, you're on for this week. You'll receive your readings by Sunday, so no worries on that. So let's get started, guys. Let's get started. Okay, we're going to start with the masculine madness, and we're going to find out what is going on with the collectives, Divine Masculine Collective. What is going on? What needs to be heard today? What do the masculines want to share today? What do the masculines want to share today? Let's give it, okay, that one wanted to come out. Shadow work. That one literally just slipped out of my hands. So shadow work. Divine masculines are going through shadow work at this time. So the divine masculines are feeling like they need to take some time to themselves. So if your masculine is being what you perceive to be cold or detached or distant or in any way just not participating in your connection, please understand that they're going through shadow work and they feel a little untouchable right now. They feel out of touch with reality. They feel out of touch with themselves. And they're seeing, I just heard the error of my ways. I'm seeing all the things in my life, how I created everything, how I've played a part in everything. Shadow work is not the bad part of us. It is the part of us that we hide from ourselves because we are ashamed of feeling. So there's guilt or shame associated with shadow work. And when we finally, when we've been chasing the light for so long and we finally have something like what's happening globally where we're all forced to go within and we're forced to truly look at our shadows and examine the innards, it's not always pretty because we find things that we've suppressed or repressed. The masculines have repressed a lot of self-love and self-worth, and they haven't put themselves first. They've put families first. They've put spouses first. They've put children first. They've put jobs first. They've put material things first. And they haven't put their own souls first. So they're actually being forced into doing soul work and soul retrieval. I just see just heavy soul retrieval for some of these masculines. And they really don't have the capacity to communicate. These particular masculines I'm tapping into, and they don't have the capacity to tell you what you want to hear. So Divine Feminine, it's really up to you to step back, to go into your own cocoon and to do your healing work. The more you heal, the more you're going to help them heal. I'm ready to open my heart. So I feel like I'm tapping into 2 different groups of masculines because these ones are definitely not ready to open their hearts. This is a different group of masculines. So you're either going to identify with this or you're going to identify with this. I'm ready to open my heart, 888. So this is for those of you seeing eights, seeing the number eights in sequence, 888 or 88, 888, whatever, 8888. The number 8 is significant. So Spirit, can you give me more insight on the shadow work group of masculines, please? You have no idea how badly I want to taste you thirsty. So they're hungry for the feminine, and at the same time, they're in this sort of toxic energy, and it's like they know that they're toxic. So they are craving the feminine, but they don't really know how to get to you at this time. And that's for the best, because honestly, if they were to try to come at you now, it would not be in a healthy way. So what about for this other group? I'm ready to open up my heart. I know we are meant to be, and I'm committed to our love. This is for a wave or group of twins that are close to union. So some of you have been receiving communication in the 3D. This doesn't, now I just want to point this out for those of you who haven't received communication. That does not mean you're further away from union. The 3D is not an indicator of how close we are to union. In fact, some people who haven't been in any kind of communication or very sparse communication will be closer to union than those who are even speaking or living together, or it just doesn't matter. The 3D is just not a great indicator of clarity of what's going on. But I do want to point out that there is a group of masculines who are awake enough to the connection and who are free and clear from karmic situations and karmic contracts and have done their healing work and are ready to step forward. I'm no good, toxic. Yeah, so this is interesting. This storyline is with a masculine who's like, I want you, but I know I'm not good. I'm toxic. And I'm finally seeing why my life has turned out the way it was and what the consequences to my actions are. And I'm finally seeing how I've hurt you and the ways in which I was selfish and the ways in which I didn't fully understand this journey or this connection, and the ways in which, I have hurt people in my life. I've hurt myself and I've hurt other people by not being true and authentic to who I am. So they're removing the masks. In the meantime, they're craving the feminine, but they're also saying, I'm no good, I'm toxic. So they know that it's not healthy for them to approach the feminine at this time. So don't even worry about it, divine feminine. Would you really want your masculine to approach you in that way? You wouldn't, because nothing good is going to come from that conversation or that connection at this time. I will taste your sweet kiss again. So there's a group of masculines here who are very much in their feminine energy and very much wanting to experience this connection with the feminine again. So interesting storylines here, very different storylines indeed. So let's tap into... We're going to tap into, let's tap into the energies of this first group here. This energy, these masculines who are currently undergoing deep-seated shadow work. Spirit, what is this group of masculines who are undergoing shadow work? What do they have to say at this time? Group of masculines undergoing shadow work. What do they have to say at this time? For the masculines undergoing shadow work and who feel toxic, what do they have to say at this time? Okay. All right. I can dig that. What else, Spirit? Well, let's start with this. Okay, I'm going to set these cards aside. So, because I feel like this is the majority. We've got the Emperor. So what this tells me is they are working to become the Emperor behind the scenes. And they know this is what they're aspiring to, okay? They're aspiring to be the Emperor. But first they have to go through this process of removing the layers, removing the illusion, okay, removing the smoke and mirrors of who they've portrayed themselves to be, because that's not actually who they are. And, oh, this is interesting. So they have to stop pretending. And they know this because inside they know that there's an emperor waiting to be born or waiting to be reborn, but they have to release, they have to go through the shadow work, they have to release the toxicity in order to become who they're meant to be. So look at what just came up, guys. We have the Four of Cups and the Six of Cups. They're reminiscing about days gone by. They're reminiscing about the past with the feminine. They're reminiscing about their childhood. They're doing deep inner child work at this time, and they're realizing all the times in which they were abandoned, in which they were taken for granted, in which, you know, their parents may have deposited these sort of seeds of darkness, is what I'm hearing, and made them feel less than, made them feel unworthy of being loved or of giving love. Masculines are really learning what love is and what love isn't. And what I feel like is happening is they're realizing the karmics are not love. The karmic partner, it doesn't matter how long this relationship has been ongoing, how many children, how many years of quote unquote devotion, the karmic partner does not meet the masculine's standard of love. Okay, the emperor's standard of love. The emperor is starting to realize there's an emperor underneath all of this shadow work and this toxic behavior and toxic thoughts. And the emperor says, I know what I deserve, and I deserve so much more than I have ever been given in this lifetime. And the only one to give it to the masculine so far has been the feminine, but he's currently rejecting that love because he does not feel worthy. I cannot stress this point enough, feminines. The masculine doesn't feel worthy. And until they feel worthy, they're not going to be the person. They're not going to be able to be the emperor, because the emperor knows his worth. He sits on his throne. He knows his worth. He knows all he's accomplished. He's playing the chess piece perfectly, but he's waiting for the right time. He's waiting for divine timing. He says, I'm going to sit back until the time is right. And it is not a green light for this group of masculines. They're crying over spilled milk. And I think this came up yesterday in the reading, or it came up in, I don't remember, one of the readings over the past few days. But you see all these, empty cups here, and sort of like, kind of boring like landscape. And you see all the colors of the rainbow here. And you see this beautiful cup. It's filled with magic. It's filled with love. It's filled with adoration. And someone is handing her this cup, and she's like, yeah, whatever. All she can do is think about everything that's gone wrong in her life. So all the masculines are doing in this group is they're thinking about everything that's gone wrong and all the love that they never received. They may even be at the place where they feel like the feminine never loved them, and they don't trust the love that the feminine has professed. And so that's why the feminine's feeling rejected from the masculine, because if you've reached out to the masculine and you haven't gotten the response that you were hoping for, or you've tried to love them and show them love and they've sort of rejected it, it's because they're rejecting that part of themselves. They're rejecting that little boy or little girl inside that doesn't feel worthy of this kind of adoration, devotion, and love. So they're not seeing the cup that the feminine's offering them. They're just turning their face, their body is leaning in because it's truly what their soul wants, but they're turning away from this opportunity right now. So this is sort of how it has to happen at this time, because the masculine, you do not want a toxic masculine, divine feminine. We have enough on our plates right now with everything that's going on with the ascension process of the collective and of the world. The last thing we need is any more toxic connections or toxic behavior, whether it comes from us or from the masculine in our lives, family members, friends, the world at large. So tapping back into this group of masculines, okay, the group that's a lot more open, that's sort of done this work already. This could also be, Spirit just said, this is also showing us the progression. Thank you, Spirit. So this may not be two different groups of masculines. This could be the progression of this group into this energy. Okay, thank you, Spirit. Yes, that's what's happening here. So we have the Emperor here, and this is the Emperor bridging the gap between these two groups, saying, this is the group, this is what's going on presently, but this is where this is leading. This is leading to commitment. This is leading to heart-opening vulnerability. This is leading to having that kiss again and being intimate with your beloved, because we have the Three of Cups. A lot of cups energy, guys. Three of Cups, friendship. And this is about getting back to the roots and the basics of your connection, where friendship, first you're best friends with your counterpart. The love is there, the romance is there, the intimacy is there, but this is your best friend and the person that knows you better than anyone, that understands you because they are you. So this is about getting back to the basics of these connections and having fun and celebrating this beautiful, beautiful essence that exists within these connections. We have Ace of Cups, an emotional new beginning, a vulnerable new beginnings where both of your hearts are going to be open, both of your hearts are going to be healed. And I just see like a coconut being cracked wide open. I just see the water gushing out, like the water, the emotions, the tears gushing out, tears of happiness, tears of reunion, tears of joy, and of both of you remembering the love, remembering what it felt like to be in each other's arms. And that's what's going to happen here is, you know, I will taste your sweet kiss again. So the masculines are saying, this is what I'm working towards, feminine. I'm working towards this emotional fresh start with you and leading from the heart. You don't see her head. Her head is cut off here because she's leading from the heart. She's opening from the heart, tapping into those higher chakras. We have purple here representing the crown chakra, star chakra. So tapping into those higher chakras, not the lower chakras of need or want or codependency, but the higher chakras. So this is a really beautiful story playing out. Spirit, what do the masculines want to communicate right now to the feminines? Yes, we've gotten this card many, many times. Hi, Charlie. Four of Swords. They're in a place of rest. They're resting, and this is exactly what they need to be doing. So if you feel like you're masculine, you know, they're quiet or they've forgotten about me, they need to focus on themselves and they need to surrender right now to this journey and to surrender to all the battles that they've been through in the past 6 months here over this course of this year, and even going back into November, December of last year, where things started really rapidly changing for the world and for these divine masculines. So their heart is here, but it's sort of like it's sort of outside of them at this time. They're just like, I can't give you, I don't have anything to give you right now. Like, it's here and it belongs to you, but I can't give it to you yet. I haven't been given the green light. I need to wrap myself up in my own love, and I need to understand what it means to have self-love. You know, my masculine said to me several times when I talked about self-love and all the work that I'd done and continue to do on self-love, and he said to me, he said, I need to love myself. I need to, you know, understand what self-love is. So it's proof right there that they don't have the self-love, but that they're learning how to love themselves. They're learning to give themselves that love, and it doesn't come from outside of us. It doesn't come from your counterpart. It doesn't come from your parents. It doesn't come from anywhere but inside of you and your own soul, because you are love at the core. You don't have to seek love outside of yourself. You already are love. So we have the Lovers from the major arcana, spiritual union, spiritual love, your divine counterpart. So look at this energy. I mean, this is all leading to this. This is like a glimpse of the future over here. So we have celebration and dancing and joy and friendship, a emotional new beginning, spiritual commitment, a higher level of commitment, spiritual commitment coming down into the 3D, a merging of souls. You know, you just see this energy where it's sort of like a circle. I see the energy of just, you know, as she inhales, he exhales. As she exhales, he inhales. It's just breathing each other in here, breathing the energy and the aura of one another in. We're going to pull a few cards from the Angels and Ancestors cards, and then I'm going to wrap it up because I do have some personal readings to complete today. I hope you all are feeling much, much better today, and I hope this gives you some clarity. I know many of us are in this silence right now from our masculines, and it can be very challenging indeed for the ego and the personality. It's never challenging for the soul, and that's what I want to remind you, beloveds, of, is it's only challenging for the ego and the personality because the soul always knows home. The soul always knows that we are never separate from anyone, including our counterpart, especially our counterpart. But we're not separate from anyone or anything. We're not separate from the blade of grass that we walk on. We're not separate from the mountain. We're not separate from the rain. We're not separate from the stars and the sea. We're not separate from anyone or anything, but the ego will tell you that you're separate. You're you need to be in fear. And the reality is we're all connected by an invisible thread of love. Okay, these are going to be really challenging. I'm going to take that one. They're a little sticky because they're new. This is from our soul sister Dee. It's her second deck that she's gifted the channel with. Thank you so much for your graciousness, Dee. So I'm going to set this here, this representing the merging of these two. Not the merging, but rather the progression. And then we have She-Wolf, unleash the wild within. Divine Feminine, unleash your wild. So this is, you guys know, I mean, this is the image that I have on my channel, which I don't plan on removing it for forever. The wolf and the woman. There is this inner beast within that sometimes doesn't need to be or isn't required to be tamed. This is about unleashing, rewilding yourself, if you will. And understand that through howling at the moon, through dancing, through singing, through chanting, through humming, you can release so much energy, Divine Feminine. So let's take a deeper look as I start to really understand these cards. I'm going to go ahead and consult the book here because this is a new deck. Unleash your talents and your desires. The she-wolf is a powerful shamanic soul who's half wolf and half woman. She's the alpha female who's not afraid to stand out from the crowd, or in this case, pack. She is wild, unfiltered, and unfettered. She encourages you not to be trapped by the limiting factors of weaker members of the pack or those who are trying to hunt you down because you have gifts they don't like or understand. She represents the energy of the wilderness and the unknown and encourages you to be free and unchained and go beyond boundaries. Release the animal energy within and track down what you need to do to express your true self. You're being guided to connect with your rebellious heart, the part of you that likes to break boundaries and go beyond them completely. So this is for the Divine Feminine. This is from your Divine Masculine's higher self. He wants you to step into this energy, this true animal essence, this true animal nature that's within you, because that's going to encourage him to step into this role of emperor. This is going to help balance out the energies as the Divine Feminine really taps into that deeper feminine essence of just, you cannot control me and I will create. I will show up as I need to show up in all my power and all of my glory, and no one and nothing will tell me what to do. And the Divine Masculine's look, I mean, he's looking at her, he's going, wow, you go, girl. He's like, I see you, I feel you, I hear you. And that gives him the power. And as you step into this role, he's going to lay that chess piece down and it's going to be right next to yours. So I think we're actually going to stop there because that's a beautiful ending to this reading. So Divine Feminine, fear not your own power. Your masculine needs you to step into your power. He needs you to stop looking around for him. He needs you to stop wondering where he is. Stop looking down. You are at the top and the pinnacle of the mountain. He needs you to continue climbing that mountain. He needs you to continue getting closer to the spirit world, getting closer to the moon, getting closer to your own heart and your own soul. As you do that, trust me, he's watching you, he's feeling you, he's in awe and in reverence of you. He's going to make that move, but not until, only when you step into that energy, not until you step into that energy, because he's waiting patiently. The Divine Masculine has a lot of patience, guys. So I hope this reading resonated for you. I hope it brings you clarity and peace in your soul, in your heart, in your mind, of all places. Let me know how it resonates. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. I'm so appreciative of every single one of you for being with me on this journey. And I love you so much. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a wonderful day.